So, talk to me. So, second session, how have things been? How has playing been? I want to know it all.
It's been great. I've definitely been trying to play at least every day or every other day, and I've noticed notable improvement. I actually think my win-loss ratio has been positive on ranked, which is good.
Is that a first
um,
time, or is like it usually positive?
it's usually all over the place, but now that I have more like actual, what am I saying? Like tangible things to work on, I've been seeing more consistent like an uphill, graph.
Oh, that's
Which
fantastic.
is cool. I played a lot. I ranked up from silver 1 to silver 2, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I played about 100 sets total. Not since last session, but this season I've played 100 sets, but since last session I've ranked up, which is cool.
Amazing. What's your
Um,
what's your code? I just want to take a look at. I just want to see it on my end.
my Shogo 55, SHOGO number 55 is my current.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I've been mostly playing just Falco, which is what
Yep, I
I
can see
kind of
that.
committed to
Mm-hmm.
last session. I was like, I have character crisis, well, I mean, the character crisis video was why I actually hit you up for coaching to begin with. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is relevant to me, and I just need to figure out a way to be more focused, I guess, on the stuff that I'm practicing. Um, I did. I did the 4-hit combos in Uncle Punch, like
Nice.
you told me to. I've done so far. I've done DI in and out at 0% on Fox. Um, and then I did at mid percents like 30 to 40.
Mm-hmm.
And those have been a little bit more challenging to nail consistently, but the 0% ones definitely have come in handy online.
Oh
Like just
yeah. No, like
having a larger sequence of things to remember for Punish Game has helped like just be more consistent, I think, in general.
yeah, so we're actually kind of touching upon something that I was hoping that you would have noticed. So I have a few questions for you before I kind
Sure.
of like spill the beans. But so with the 40%, I know that that one has been trickier. But were there
Yeah.
any specific positions that you kind of like looked at as having potential for doing those things and for getting those sequences?
Um,
Because it doesn't have to be on FD. You could also be on Battlefield. Like there's certain spots you could
right,
like,
yeah.
yeah, because tech chasing counts.
That's true. I did write on DI out specifically. One of the ones that I wrote down was like shine Nair into a tech chase because I noticed that Nair knocks down after at that point.
Yeah.
Um, but in terms of actual just positioning, I really mostly just practiced these on FD, and then I
Hmm.
tried a few on Battlefield, but I was mostly working on the daring. Like the other thing you said was to once you get if they're above platform, like go up with a dare and then tech chase on the platform.
Yeah, that could be
So
four hits. Like how did
oh,
that
I
work out?
see, I see. That was really helpful. I think that definitely helps. I noticed that being really helpful against floaties too, not just
Mm-hmm.
Fox. Like because they go up higher sooner. So when I came down with the dare, it was easier to either just down smash, which covered a bunch of options, or read and go for a forward smash or something.
Or pop them back up for
Um,
like up tilt with up tilt shines because those are fast moves. Like and definitely
yeah,
react.
yeah,
Like because the other cool thing is like they're so fast. Like even if you don't hit the reaction, like even if you are learning like the cues but you're off on that moment, missing
hmm
up tilt next to like a peach and knockdown is not the end of the world. Like
right,
you
yeah,
can probably get out of there before she counter hits you because the only way you miss is she tech rolls, right? So there's
right.
extra time, so you're probably still safe. So
You're saying after the dare above the platform.
yeah, so like you land and
Gotcha.
instead of looking for forward smash or down tilt at the comp, like say she's at like 50, 60, something like
Right,
that.
then oh yeah, go for the up tilt to extend the combos. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
you pick her
Yeah,
back up and hit her down.
I didn't think about that, but that makes that's something I'll look for now too.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just like it just goes in the same spots that your other options are go in that same scenario. It's just those are kill moves. And now we have combo moves. So we have a way of playing the mid game there, and we have a way of playing the end game there. So you're never without an option there.
Cool.
Which is
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for sure.
Why do you think that's such a strong position for Falco to have somebody like isolated to the platform like that?
Um, Probably I feel like there's not a lot of ways they can get a reversal
Yeah.
because you have such a fast like you can jump up and dare again, or like there's a lot of other way. Like even if they get up attack, you can either shield or CC or whatever, drop down and
yeah, you have a lot of ways
back
of
up.
dealing with their like options, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of options. I also think that like I feel like it just hits really hard if you do land a down smash or a forward smash or the especially at high percents, you can get them off stage really easy, and once they're off stage, it's like kind of free.
Yeah,
at least at my level. But
no, that's still true. Like, Falco's a very good character. He's still very good at high level, I assure you. But I'd also add that, like, some of the weaknesses of his character, because you focused a lot about like on what the opponent can do, but I want to focus a bit on like what Falco can do. So I'll handle this bit. But like, one of Falco, agree or disagree, one of Falco's biggest weaknesses as a character is that it's sometimes difficult because of his low speed. Like, he's really, like, he controls the pace of neutral and combat and gets, like, cool follow-ups with his lasers and things like that. That's all well and good. But when it comes to, like, landing a stray hit or something that, like, hits the opponent and, like, kills them, if he fails to, like, convert off his initial combo, that's when things tend to get dicey for him. Like, his low mobility, and especially when people DI away from his combos on, like, stages like FD and stuff, that's where he kind of runs into problems. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. Definitely.
So, and part of that is that he doesn't really reaction tech chase all that well. Like, he's really good at covering options because of his powerful hits, but he's not, like, he's kind of like, he tech chases more like Peach and Ganondorf in that he's, or like Falcon, like Nun's Falcon, in that he has these really, really powerful tools, but he doesn't really, like, cover the tech rolls away all that well. Like, he can usually get one, but not the other, based on what he's willing to cover, and that's all of a function of speed, right?
Totally.
So what happens if we take away the opponent's space and confine them to a tiny strip of land like a platform?
Right, yeah, okay. They have way less space to get away, yeah.
Right, so we're then playing... It's the same reason why Ganondorf is so... and Peach and, like, Falcon, like, they love putting players on that spot, because it's just they can just constantly, like, bulldoze them with their incredible moves. And there's no space for them to, like, really run away from it. It's why, like, Sheik and Marth don't really, like... At higher levels, like... Marth and Sheik, when it comes to, like, punishing spacies, don't really benefit from, like Sheik still wants platforms, and you can make a case for Marth, but I'm saying, like, strictly from a punish game perspective, they don't really impact them positively, because everything they do is just, like, tech chasing on the ground anyway, until they're ready to, like, do the throw combo. But all of that early game is just done entirely by just abusing their, like, incredible speed, but Falco doesn't really have that, so he has to look at, like, how he sets up his strong positions differently. And this is kind of like an element. This is a big element of that.
Cool. Yeah, that definitely brings a lot of clarity. I feel like this is information that I, like, kind of, like, subconsciously understand, but having it laid out like this makes it much easier to, like, actually turn into like a tangible thought process. But it makes that's super helpful.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Like, because again, and I think what helps is that you've actually experienced doing it. Like, it's not like I'm just telling you these things, but, like, because we had you, like, work on these combo trees, because we had you, like, experiment with looking for kill moves on platform, you can actually see how this works out, from your own experiences, because that's exactly how you find those down tilts. It's how you find those down smashes, those F smashes. Like, we're trapping them in a confined space and in a knockdown position, and then we're just, like, where are they going to go? They have nowhere to go. We just hit them.
Yeah, for sure, totally. Actually, that sort of brings up one question that I wanted to ask that I had.
Yeah, go for it.
So I was thinking about this thing a lot for when they DI out, like off of a shine or something, and I found that a lot of times I'm sure it's not the only way, but at least the clearest way that I could find to follow up on a shine when they DI, like, full out is, like, to grab them before they land. But then once I get the grab, I often am like, well, I don't know what the best way to extend from a grab is, because I feel like Falco's grabs aren't as clear cut, like, combo tools as a character like Sheik or like DK or, like, whoever. But so I'd be like approach with Nair or Dare or some aerial, then Shine, and then if they DI out, I'm like, okay, I can get the grab before they land. But then that's the point where I'm kind of like, I don't know what I should be looking for at this point. If there's platforms, yeah, I'll like throw and then try to go for a Dare, but I found that being like a point of like indecision for me is after I get a grab. Just in general, whenever I get grabs with Falco, I feel like I sort of like, I don't know what to do.
I would agree with that. So I think that like, so what characters are you finding this happens against? Is it like other fast fallers? Is it like what character? Because I'm thinking that like Marth and Sheik and like anyone who's not a fast faller can probably jump out of that. Generally speaking,
right.
Maybe
yeah. I was mostly practicing this on Falco and Fox. The matchup I actually just, the reason I've been labbing it so hard is because I actually feel like my worst matchup right now is the Ditto. I'm really like not bad at the Ditto. Like yesterday I went like 6-3 or something on ranked. I don't know, I have to look at the exact numbers, but I just know every set I lost was the Ditto. Okay. and every set I won was not a Ditto, or there was one Ditto that I won, but I like sort of like cheated and switched to Samus for game 2. But
yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there.
I was salty, so I was like, okay, I know I can win with Samus, so I'll just play Samus game 2. And I was just getting camped, and I was just like, I'm just gonna camp harder with Samus. But
as you should. You're Samus.
because game 1 was like Battlefield, and then the Falco he was just like basically circle camping and just lasering the whole time, and I was like, I don't want to, so I just played Samus and counterpicked Dreamland.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, anyway, but I've noticed this mostly, back to the other grab thing, like just particularly against fast fallers or really low percents where I feel like there is something possible, but I just don't in the heat of the moment, I feel like I tend to like have an indecision and sort of freeze up about like, okay, I gotta grab, what do I do? And I don't
gotcha.
So where to go from there.
Fair enough. So I want to clarify, if you can grab during the like after a wave shine, you can usually do like about 6 other things. Okay. So you could easily like short up down air, and then you could short up down air and then put them into like the pillar combo. Like that absolutely is like that's almost always an option if you can grab. Because remember,
you're saying after an up throw.
No. I mean, like, after you hit the shine initially, I'm saying you shouldn't generally have to grab. Like, the...
Oh, right, yeah.
So, like, I want to address, like, the situation this is coming up in, because I just want to kind of, like, assure you, there are stronger options generally that you should be able to hit. I would invest more in those, because those options off that initial shine when they DI away, the other options you have just generally are stronger, because grab is a little inconsistent. Now, having said that, you're going to finish combos sometimes, and the opponent, because of good smash DI, because of good ASDI, whatever, they will have, like, some weird hitbox contortion, for all I know. They're going to hit the ground, and you're going to, you know, shine their shield, maybe your space, but you're going to, like, basically wind up grabbing them in some way or another, and you're going to need to know what you do with that grab. So, what I would say is, as a general rule of thumb, and I'm not like a Falco grab expert, but what I would say is a general rule of thumb is to think about what positions the opponent is bad in. We're going to start there. So, if you're fighting Peach, generally we can agree that Peach in the air doesn't really have a whole lot below her.
Right.
Yeah, so in that case, I'd strongly consider up throw. Because if nothing else, because it takes her off the ground where all of her scary, like, combo starters are. So, like, she doesn't have her dash attack there, she doesn't have her grab there, she doesn't have her down smash there, she doesn't have her down tilt there, she doesn't have her low float aerials there. And then it puts her above us, which is a position we generally like anyway. And, like, on some DI... Like, the crux of this is that the lasers are very DI-able. So... because the lasers are DI-able, there's a lot of really weird trajectories that people can go at coming out of any of the throws he has that involve lasers, which is like 3 of them. Now, granted, down throw usually just creates a knockdown, but again, we're kind of like inviting the problem if Falco can't really like RTC by going for that down throw. So I generally think, my general opinion is that F throw and up throw are the 2 good ones. And
Yeah.
F throw gets a lot better when the opponent goes into knockdown, because like you can just kind of create much more controlled situations. You can also put people onto the ledge if they're close to it. You can look for gimps if they're close to the ledge as well. And I would say that if you don't have any of those things, like if you don't have any of those factors working in F throw's favor, then yeah, we probably just up throw and see what happens.
Got you. So I should memorize knockdown percents for F throw.
I think it's like weight independent, and I think they're like pretty consistent. In fact, do you want what? Let's actually look at that real quick, because that's like a super easy thing we can do. Let me just quickly get IKD up and screen 2. Cool. So here we are. So have you ever used this before?
No, I haven't seen this.
Okay, so where do you think we go? This is Falco. What do we want?
Sorry, I'm trying to get the screen bigger on my computer.
Oh.
Options.
Should be full screen, like a full screen option.
Oh, here we go. Okay, got it. Cool.
So
this is called Oh yeah, I've seen this website before, but I haven't looked at the. So I'll write this down.
I've linked it to you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so let's start from the top. So where do you like? Well, why don't we use? We'll use Fox as our character. As you can see, like, so what can you see on this screen so far? Like, what do you think our variables are, or like things that we're playing with? Like, just tell me what you notice here.
Just on this screen?
Yeah, here.
I mean, I see that there is like X and Y axis happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you?
I mean, all this stuff in the corner too.
Oh, okay. I mean, all the moves are listed, and then I can see that there is attempt crouch cancel false.
Yeah, so
is that like controlling the CPU or something?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a this is all I need data is like this is a knockback calculator, right? So basically what we have different toggles for different game states. So like, is the opponent crouching? What is their DI? What percent are they at? What character are they?
Okay.
So these are all very useful. This is where it's happening. Position hit, as you can see. So, for this we would want forward throw. This ID 0 just refers to like what part of the move is hitting. So like, how attacks have multiple hitboxes?
Right.
So like if multiple hitboxes connect on somebody at the same time, like say like you're hit by Marth's forward smash, like we're dead center. Well, the tipper hitbox is hitting you, but you also have like the middle hit, like the middle hits too, and like the soft, like a lot of hitboxes are colliding on your character at the same time. How does the game decide which one wins? This numbering system is how. So ID 0, its lowest takes priority. So ID 0 would be what determines that, like what hits you.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so then from here, it's just a matter of, like, there's a few ways to do it. I always just, like, toggle. I always just, like, kind of, like, go down, or, like, test, like, estimate numbers. But what we can see here is, yeah, this would wind up knocking over at 41%. 41% before throwing.
Wait, so where does it say that that's where the knockdown happens? Knockdown. Oh, it's on the screen. Okay, sorry.
Yep. No worries.
Okay,
so
cool. All right.
Yeah, so the only thing I'd add is that, like, I think that with this thing specifically, some attacks, like some throws, have 2 hits, and this only takes stock of the one that throws the opponent. So there's like, how your forward throw does like 7 damage? It doesn't have the initial 4 hit on here.
That's why it says 3. Gotcha. Okay.
So really, that just means like we have to like toggle down. We have to manually subtract 4% to get the actual number, which would be 37. Sure. But like that's that's not a terribly high ask.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Now the cool thing here is on throws with
also on
it's going to be on all of them, and I'll tell you why. Like, it's because the Falco's throw is weight independent. Like Falco's F throw is weight independent, so the opponent comes out at the same with the same knockback or at least like the same like power, because it doesn't adjust based on like the throw knockback is determined partially by animation length, I think. So with Falco here, because it's like set, they always the percents will be nice and universal, which is like super handy. It's part of why Sheik's down throw is so good, because it's just you never have to worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Nice. So I can just figure out then. I can just like go through this and figure out like when I can, not like when where on the stage I can throw them off stage.
Yeah, because you can also like here, if we go back to that F throw, we can also like, let's use not Mr. Game & Watch, let's use like Marth or something. So you can see like we can also toggle DI as we move it along here.
Right, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, so let's put him to like 60, and you can see like it changes quite a bit.
Right, definitely.
So, like, the other cool thing about this is this can be a really good reason for you to, like, mix up throws as a DI. Like, because your throws are, like, all stem from grab, this can be a really good reason mid-combo to, like, if you know the opponent's DIing, like, down and off to, like, avoid a particular kill move, and you just can't hit the forward smash or something, this can be a good reason just to, like, immediate F-throw or something.
Right.
Because you can see, like, what the angle he has to recover from is if you go fast. This can be part of why it's good to not to pummel as well. So while pummeling is usually right because of the extra damage it deals to the opponent, if we're using throw as a finisher just because we kind of have to based on the game state, this can be a good way to like adding that pummel gives the opponent more information that like more time to react and an additional input that like, hey, I am grabbed. So this can be so like bypassing that can sometimes be like quite profitable, because it doesn't give them that cue, and the like compare like how imagine edge guarding this angle compared to like edge guarding this angle.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's huge.
Yeah.
So
huge, definitely.
So we're learning a little bit about like how the little things you do, like pummels and such, while they do have like a upside, this is another spot that you like people make decisions in this game about like the efficacy of their moves all the time, and they don't even know they're making them, because like this is a really big thing. This is why like you can always tell somebody doesn't know how to play Jigglypuff when they pummel a space animal when they grab them, because because they've just basically forfeited like their up throw rest for 3 damage. Like
right. No, absolutely. Right, that makes so much. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
I feel like
doors are just opening.
Yeah, you're thinking about. So let's kind of like turn this into practical terms. So what's something? So how is this something that can affect your gameplay in terms of just like in terms of the little decisions you make? Can you think of any other spots that are not grabs where this can like impact, where like knowing about like how the longer somebody's in a situation, the more likely they are to react correctly to it because they have more time to like register what's going on. So with that in mind, what are some things that you think, how can that impact your decision making, do you think?
I think that, well, okay, so if these are like little, if we're talking about how little things can affect your decision making, I guess like for me it creates like another layer of mix-up game.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see somebody, or if I'm either way, I guess it's hard from the perspective of the opponent or from me. I guess it's how can I make decisions? Is that the question? Sorry.
Yeah, so let's focus on Falco's perspective. So like, so let's say you're fighting a floaty at like super high percent. The floaty, like you're at like 40 last stock, the opponent's at like 100, like the peach is at like 130. What are some ways that you can kill her? Like what are some things you're looking for?
Well, typically, I think if I'm in that position, and if I know that she's in 130, my natural instincts would be to go for moves in neutral that she probably wouldn't expect me to go for, because it might be more likely to catch her like in mid drift. Like I'd be looking for up airs and up smashes, just because I know that Peaches, if they're playing Falco, are usually looking for Falco to be doing like back air or like nair or like forward forward smash and things like that. So I would probably be trying to like go for moves that might not be the typical like bread and butter Falco kill moves.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you want to catch them. You want to catch them off guard. So what I'd be curious to know is how does the Peach usually avoid those moves?
Generally by floating or like by staying. I mean, not directly above, but probably being in that like if Falco's at the center facing, like going back to the puff question from the first lesson.
Yeah, so like in the 45-degree angle, kind of.
Yeah, above Falco, 45 degrees.
I love that. Yeah, the up smash makes a ton of sense there for sure. Given that, I'm not sold on the up air. I get it, but like I feel like the up air in a lot of ways kind of presents the same issues that like back air does, because it's not so much that like Peach can't. It's not that Falco can't reach her. It's that Peach is able to, using her float and her like mobility and her big shield and stuff, like she's able to like avoid, like play well outside or at the edge of Falco's like movement pathways. And up air doesn't really change that. But I think that with the 45-degree angle, the up smash makes a ton of sense.
I also like to whiff. I guess now I'm thinking about it more, I would probably like go for like a fade back aerial to try to get her to whiff punish, and then go for like a kill move there, like a forward smash or something.
Yeah, or like dash or pivot or like up smash, because again, like your up smash is pretty quick. Like you could fade away back air, like do the fox, like dash dance up smash. What if she what if she lands in shield? How do you want to find the kill when you're pressuring her at high percent? Like if she's on the ground with you.
I think when I see somebody land or like just be in shield, I just immediately I'm very afraid of getting shield grabbed. I think in general I play very scared of getting shield grabbed, so I think my instinct might be to either run up and try to like double shine or go for like a lot of shine shield pressure, or just to go for the grab. But if I got the grab, I would be like, I don't know what I get off of a grab.
Yeah, I don't think grab is the solution, but what do you think? What's a kill setup that you see, say like Leffen do a lot with Fox?
I see Leffen do a lot of like jab up smash kind of things.
Yeah, do you think there's something with jab maybe?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about jab.
So let's look at Peach, because we're gonna explore this a little bit. Because we want we want a way to like do away with her, because like we're not always just gonna trap her on the platforms forever and like keep her there. Like as much as while we want to do that as much as we can, the reality is she's a good character too. She's got good defensive options. When do you think that'll knock over? Do you think? Jab.
Jab? I have no idea.
Well, let's just see.
I haven't even think about jab knocking over. Well.
Yeah. So it's a long time, but like
138.
137. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Wonder if the hit 2 has any more power. Doesn't look like it. But I just learned something. Yeah, that is why they do it. Okay, cool. So, so what I'm thinking here is like, if you take a look at like what happens if she DIs into this, or if she DIs like up, or it just doesn't DI anywhere but down really. Like as long as she doesn't hold down, we can see that this like probably keeps her pretty close relative to us, and then we're able to probably like, yeah, like we get F smash, we could probably like back air. So I think that like jab back air, jab F smash, jab up smash, like these are options that I think that are worth considering.
You're saying, just for clarity, for back air, you like turn around back air, or like forward facing back air?
Doesn't, like, after the jab doesn't matter as long as the back air hits her with the strong hit.
I see. Oh, you're saying at the top of the arc or whatever.
Yeah, like I want to hit her here,
like
this kind of area.
Alright, cool.
Because like the thing about this situation, and it comes up a lot, is that like we kind of want to train, like, using our moves like jab and our shield pressure. It's normally bad at lower percent. It's normally bad. Like, earlier, like, we have our shine. That's, like, much better, generally speaking, for comboing. But that's kind of the crux of this, like, generally speaking. A lot of figuring out Falco is, like, especially versus floaties, is figuring out the exceptions and what we do when that like, dynamic changes. So it's... Because at some point, and I'm sure you've noticed this, your shine just sends them into the stratosphere.
Right. It does nothing. Yeah.
So what I'm thinking could make sense today is, we know what our kill moves are. Like, we know what our kill moves are, versus floaty characters.
Mm-hmm.
How would you know? And we also kind of want to spend a bit of time on the Falco Ditto.
Yes.
How do you feel about booting up some unranked or ranked? We'll take a look.
Sure.
And we'll kind of, like, coach you through some of the Falco Ditto situation. Like, if we'll see what's going on in Falco Ditto and kind of diagnose from there, because that's a lot of things could be happening there. And in the floaty matchups, we'll make sure that we're, like, implementing just little things, like going for the jabs at, like, when she's over 120 or, like, over 110.
Cool.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, let me send my spectator ID.
It's actually mine you'll need, but I'll give that to you. Don't worry. Yeah, it's weird, but, like, I have to give you mine because what Slippy does is it broadcasts to me.
Right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you find that you just, like, get pinned a lot in Falco Ditto, or is it that they're, like, lasers are smothering you, or, like, what's going on? What do you...
I feel like the lasers are a big part of it. I think for me, I don't know what the most tangible way is to say. I feel like, okay, so I wrote down some just general thoughts after Falco Dittos that I have because I get very tilted when I keep losing, because I go into the matchup being like, oh, like another Falco Ditto, like.
Hopefully we find some.
My mindset just doesn't. I think I also have, okay, so what I did, I actually took note of 2 replays of Falco Dittos that I had that I was like for like work.
Can you send me those notes?
Yes, let me.
Yeah, because then I can look at them while we're queuing and just kind of like,
Sure.
Yeah, I think that'll be faster than having you read them off to me.
Yeah, okay. So they're actually handwritten on paper, so I'd have to type them.
Oh, can you take a picture with your phone?
Yes, I could do that.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's legible, we good.
Yeah, I don't. Well, hopefully, let's see.
I have 2 younger brothers that I had to teach, like, English to, when we were all still in school. I assure you, it can't be worse than my middle brother's, like, chicken scratch. We're good. We're gonna be good. And if we aren't, then you have surpassed my brother.
Okay, so yeah, the bottom just says this is more of just like what I'm trying to tell myself to do more of.
Create a wall, laser, and bear, push them into corner, high percent, lose laser.
Wow, impressive! You can read it.
Yeah, no, this is good. What are you talking? What are you talking about? So, okay, this all looks good. The one thing I would say here is we want to actually, it's not so much creating a wall with your bear and stuff. It's actually, like, when I was watching a video by Ginger about this one, it's actually more about, like, it's actually more about being aggressive somewhat.
Okay.
Because if you take control, like, step 1 is usually establish control with the lasers. If you're not able to establish control with the lasers, that usually pushes you off of them and into full hopping. You don't want to be the one full hopping if you can.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. I'm remembering this Ginger video. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's what he said.
Yeah. So, like, one thing that I would say here is if you're talking about creating a wall with bear, I would say that's, like, fine once you're already in position and you've established, like, footing and pushed them into the corner with your aggression and lasers. But, like, it's not good before that.
Okay. What do you do? I think part of what starts the snowball of, like, tilt in my head is getting hit by lasers. Like, what? I don't know how to mentally recover from that sometimes, also because I don't know what the best options are. So, like, if they establish laser control, what are my best options to either reset neutral or, like, like I guess like dash back or like jump, because I feel like what happens, I just get trapped in lasers. So if it either slows me down and they get close to me and then they get aggressive and then they can start popping off with combos, or like if I jump then they catch me in the air. I don't have the foresight or the clarity to. Should I be queuing, by the way? Sorry,
we'll queue now, but what I would say is go on to side platform, because you can't get hit by lasers there, and if they come up to like hit you with lasers, then you can shoot, then you can short up laser there, and if they laser in a rhythm that's predictable, you can just drop through the platform or run off the side of the platform and laser and take back control there.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
Yep.
I just found a Marth.
Yep, we're good. So how do you feel about the Marth matchup?
Honestly, I actually, like, randomly, I don't feel like I've played it a whole lot, but every time I do play it, I don't feel like it's too terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like generally I'm not, like, too troubled by it, unless they play, like, super defensive, in like, I don't know, like if they just like hold crouch a bunch, like, then I get a little bit more confused. But
nice ledge dash. Good wherewithal to like know to do that. It's unfortunate. Yeah, you look so much cleaner compared to last time, like night and day. Let's see.
Been playing a lot.
Getting a little straightforward with your like how you're going for the kills. Remember, he's keeping a little more space than you, so like if he's keeping space from your down tilts, you can go for like things like maybe forward smash. Maybe you go for like down air into like something, you know? Exactly. Because he's keeping more distance to like avoid like, you know, down tilt, shine, etc. like those kills. Then yeah, we go for something. We can go for things with more range, or we can like, you know, back up, or we can laser. Those are kind of like the big things with him. Nice shield poke. Nice.
Oh.
Love that.
Oh,
he's not dead.
No.
Nice. Alright. For edge guarding, if he's coming in high, just make a wall with your back air.
Okay.
Like if he's coming in like more than his short hop above the stage. Yep, that's another kill. The comeback.
Supposed to be shine, but I accidentally down smashed.
Great air, phenomenal air dodge.
Oh. I'm choking.
Take a deep breath. We're nervous. It's okay. Oh, it looks like so is he.
You went too far out.
You know what? From our start, you cleaned that up so much.
I had to lock in.
You did lock in. Yo, we lock in.
I go for this. I've noticed, actually, something you pointed out last time was that after I land, I tend to just panic hold shield too much.
I see that's so little. Like, it's so reduced.
Yeah, I've been really conscious of that, and I also feel like my newest panic habit is just down smash kind of when they roll behind, and like I'll do it at any percent, and it's so bad at low percents because they can just CC it or just like run up and grab or whatever.
So what's a better habit?
I guess it would be
Up tilt, shine.
Oh yeah, up tilt, shine.
Back air.
Back air, but pretty much anything.
Well, we just want so we want to acknowledge what that move is doing. Like the covering things with down, like when they rolled through you with like a powerful hit, that's totally reasonable. It's just that like the hit we're doing maybe is like, especially if we're under pressure, maybe it's not ideal, but it's like we're probably picking it because it's easy. Okay, perfect. Are you dark or are you light?
I'm light.
Okay, gotcha. Excellent. So when they come out of your down air, and I know it's hard to tell sometimes, but if it looks like they're a little bit too far for the shine, like if they're drifting away from you too much, that's usually a cue that you want to like after the down air. Instead of going for like down air shines, you go for like down air down tilt, down air up tilt, down air, like even down air grab, just anything really. Oh my god, I can't believe he went for that. Actually, unranked Falco, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, don't be afraid of him. When he's recovered, never be afraid. Like, you gotta trust in your hitboxes. Because if it's like when the ball comes, it's like when you have to like spike something in tennis. Like you can't be afraid of the ball.
Right.
Like yeah, we could volley again, but why? They just gave us a big open up. Try shooting higher lasers. Okay, yeah, like exactly like that one, and then mix up with like middle ones. Okay, good edge guard by him. See, all that time dash dancing could have fired a laser. I think that's one of the things that's like missing. I think a lot of times when there's inaction, you're thinking that like that means we should dash dance, and that's good. But again, in this matchup, like lasers are weighted higher in those kinds of spots.
I see. Okay.
Because the other thing, remember, is that like your hits are more valuable than your grabs, so the laser doing stun and stopping him from jumping out of shield and forcing him to incur landing lag, all of that is really valuable.
Like there, I'm not sure. I got the grab, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
Try just going for an aerial.
Okay.
Like, see how you, like, stopped him, and then you kind of, like, kept him, like, pinned in front of you, and then you were able to get that, like, conversion? That's kind of, like, what part... And that's another reason why, like, the lasers are so good. Because, again, like, they outrange him if he's not able to, like, set up an approach.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I should laser more instead of rely on movement.
Yeah, because you can move while lasering. Like, that's the thing. You can move, like...
that's true.
Like, people act like, you know, laser's like its own thing, but, like, it's actually, like, it is a part of your character's movement.
Ooh. Nice, yeah. Oh. Yeah, missed ledge dash.
Let's play this guy more.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I should have changed colors.
No, it's all good. We know who's who. I like that. I like that full hop when he's up there. You can also use laser, like full hop laser to land on there, and then it gives you a much cleaner like shine follow up for pressure. Like it's a full hop laser land shine.
Full hop. You're saying land on the top platform?
Yeah, like if you full hop from the floor, if you like full hop onto the top platform with laser, you can time it so that the laser like hits them or their shield, and then you like land. So then you can like start a block string, like a really good one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It chews through shield drops.
Keep getting spot dodge shined.
What do you think you... So, on those, what do you think you do?
You're saying when I get lasered off stage?
No, when you get a spot dodge shined. What do you think is an easy counter?
Probably, like, forward smash or...
Yep. Just something, like, with more duration or that hits a little later. So you could also just, like, down air, but, like, not fast fall it. Like, if you're early down air with no fast fall, then it's out for so long, right? So it just kind of covers the entire duration of the move.
I see, yeah.
Nice. You want to, like, up tilt more, especially after some of our aerials when we're facing away. Because, like, it's a really good wall. And, like, yeah, exactly. You see how it, like...
I see. Yeah, it's so much, yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
It's it's basically like a slightly worse fox up tilt, which means it is like the second best up tilt in the game. Where's the lie though?
Yeah. Right. Oh, I made it. No, I was trying to fast fall then.
Nice. I like how much you're jumping into the air to avoid like his down air kill at these like down air pop up or at these high percents. It's really good because that's what you do versus stomps too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. That's just an instant. I'm not even doing that consciously.
No, I know. I'm pointing it out because it's really good. You still you're still doing it, and you've done it like six times in this game. So like, yeah, you're clearly doing it like because you know it. Like some part of you knows that's good. So yeah, I just want to call attention to it. I did that versus a Ganon in tournament once, and I lived to like 170 with Ness. It was crazy.
I've been watching the Ness combo stuff you've been posting on Twitter. It's really cool.
He is a you know what? He has his problems, but like he has swag and he hits hard. I like he's got good things people hate, but he's got good things. It's just like, yeah, his recovery, we don't talk about that. See, we didn't back up there. We believed in our move.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So one thing that I was like in game you were saying that seemed really important was when you were saying the full hop laser onto the top platform when they're hanging out there snuffs out shield drop.
Well, yeah, because like you land on the platform basically immediately after the laser hits their shield. So then you have like laser, which is like very plus on shield. It's like +2 or 3 or something.
Ah, okay.
And then you just convert that into a shine. Like you just shine after.
Wow. Okay, I see. So the laser comes out like basically at like platform height. Sorry, can I like look at that real quick in training or something?
Yeah, go like yeah. We don't have to play this guy again. Just GG's him and like let's go into training mode real quick.
Okay, training mode.
So I want you to just like show me your screen so I can see what's going on, and then yeah, I just want you to full hop onto the top platform with laser on battlefield.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. How did you find playing against that guy compared to playing against like yesterday?
I felt like I felt like that guy wasn't lasering a whole lot, so it wasn't as tilting.
Right, but
But
it meant that you could like
but
establish lasers a lot easier.
yes,
So like,
yeah, yeah. I think the advice you told me about, like, instead of like going for the dash dance and stuff there to just laser, is really valuable, because I think a lot of time I play this game, I just think about just only movement all the time and not as much action.
mm-hmm.
But like seeing lasers as part of like
They're
moving
both.
while being able to do lasers was really helpful for sure.
Yeah, they're not one the other, they're both. Yeah, see how he like lands on it like immediately
Wow,
after?
okay.
So then you can just like, yeah, you can just go for shine and stuff immediately.
Yeah, okay.
Here, like put him on the like put him there and then like, or actually just go like dash full hop and then, or like, yeah, just jump up in place and then like go for like laser into shine and see how it feels.
Dash full hop. Okay.
Yeah, and dash full hop laser shine.
I see.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it'll take some getting used to, but like, yeah, there you go.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I never think to use shine on top platforms. But it makes a lot of course it makes sense, but yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's how you get those. That's how you get like the magi combos.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if it's, and then you know what, if it's magi approved, I think we got some. It's got potential for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I didn't even know Falco could move like that until I saw her combo videos and stuff.
She's so sick.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Is she your favorite Falco, or like, are you a Mango
No,
fan?
I'm a PPMD fan.
Oh, right, you told me that. Yeah.
He's really kind of my favorite player to watch. I mean, I know that he mostly just either streams or, you know, his older videos, but I just like that. I really like the way that for me, this game is like movement and neutral. That's like the two things about it that I love so much, and I feel like PPMD's neutral is just pretty unbelievable.
Oh, like, it's best in class, and, like, until Zane came along, and, like, until Zane, Cody, and a few others, like, there are some really good neutral players now. But, like, yeah, I think that for a long time, you could very easily make the case before the Slippy era that, like, yeah, he probably had the best neutral of all time. Like, he's so careful, he's so composed, everything he does is just, like, it's so good, it almost makes up for how his punish game was not as good as the other top 6. Like...
Right.
And when you think about, like, you know, who he's competing with, like Armada, Mewtwo King, like Leffen, Mango, like, it's like, oh, Jesus, like...
No, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, he's really, like, one of my favorite. I also love another person. You know these people, so I shouldn't call them characters. I think of Melee.
No, they are definitely characters. They're definitely characters.
I think it's such a narrative, you know. I'm a huge Plup fan. I love watching Plup play. Plup's one of the main reasons I originally was a Samus main, and then I later learned that, like, you know, how Samus is typically played, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
But
it sucks to find out he's the anti-meta style.
Yeah, right. But even watching Plups like Sheik and Fox, I always am like, wow, it's like very fast, and I like how it's I don't know. I feel like I like watching Plup as well, but yeah, for Falco, definitely, I would say probably PPMD or I mean Mango, of course, but that's a different thing.
You know, I think that Plup definitely emphasizes neutral and, like, you know, effective movement for sure. Like, you can't be that fast without it. I think that, like, the impression I get, and this is why I like Kevin a lot too, is that PPMD, he's more organized than Plup.
Right.
Plup, and, like, that works in Plup's favor, because Plup is, like, you know, he's, like, one of the best scrappers of all time. Yeah. But, yeah, like, you know, at the same time, it is what it is. Like, right. You know, it's a different skill set, and if it's not your aesthetic, it's not your aesthetic. So with that, I think let's unleash you upon a few more games, and then, yeah, we'll just debrief in the last, like, couple minutes we got, and decide what to work on for next time.
Great, yeah, that would be cool. The things that you were like, oh yeah, do this and do this. That really, I like having that structure. I like the homework is good. I like it a lot. It gives me tangible. I mean, that's like the main reason I wanted to do coaching too, just to have like tangible landmarks and things to like work towards. You know.
Like I think that like this is one of a lot of people like having not a lot a handful of people have been very critical about like the fact that I don't give people as much to work on as say like a fiction would, but I kind of think that like there's also something to be said for like working at somebody's pace and making sure that they like get one thing down really really well as opposed to like getting a whole bunch of like little micro improvements. Yeah.
Well, I think you're giving me a good balance of both, which I appreciate, and I've definitely like seen improvement. So.
How your partner, the DK player,
yes.
how have they reacted to like the improvements? Because surely they've seen this.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, she definitely has like seen me practicing more, and has been very supportive of it, like coming into play for my, I guess I would say probably my biggest hobby, which is melee currently. Yeah, I mean, she's very much not like she's not gonna sit down and grind Slippy, but like when we play, sometimes she'll like play, and sometimes occasionally she'll be like, oh, I feel like playing a little melee. So definitely she's not the kind of person that is ever or plans to like enter bracket or anything like that, but
you know what, we all play for the reasons we play. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, totally. But I've found that she has definitely noticed a difference in my commitment. But also it's just like instead of me just like raging at the computer, it's more like the attitude that I have more is like, oh, I'm working, like I'm doing this in the interest of improvement, and I think that's a really healthy thing for me to have,
You know what? Growth is like... I feel like growth is one of the hottest things that people can do, like when we're in committed relationships, because it's just like you see them getting stronger and better and like taking steps and, like little problems, like not like, because it might not be a problem like in the sense that like it causes the relationship to collapse or something, but it could be like it is a point of friction, like it can be when somebody's getting like salty or whatever. Like Lord knows that like Rick had that with me when I was still competing with Sheik. Because it's like I'd lose to Ryan Ford at tournament, and he's just like, I'm not happy after those. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, for sure, I understand. Yeah, does he play Smash at all, or is he just spectating mostly when you play, or like?
He's more of an RPG slash like he's more of an RPG slash adventure game gamer. So yeah, cool. Just different vibe. Yeah.
Different vibe for sure. Yeah.
It's funny, like on the app we met on, it said I had in my profile like I could beat you at Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube, and that's like why he messaged, because he was.
Oh, he didn't realize what he was getting into.
Well, he was intrigued. He was like, "Well, you probably can, but like, what does that mean?" And I told him, like, "Yeah, I play professionally," and he's like, "Oh, that's sick."
That's amazing.
So against this Fox, let's try to like when he's in the corner, let's try to like look for like some forward throws if we notice him shielding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like we're not gonna put too much like mental focus onto it, and if we mess up and go for up throw or something, it's not the end of the world. But we're just gonna try to do it. So you can see how that knockdown is pretty good. Like we didn't know what to do with it, but like you can see that like there's got to be something there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then that time, we'll never know why, but I do think the fact that you showed you were willing to grab him might have contributed to why he jumped out of shield there. Right? Because if you're willing to throw him off stage and gimp him, then he has to leave his shield. Because he doesn't want to get thrown off stage and gimped.
I was trying to do the full hop laser thing there, but I've just... Oh, okay, well...
Nah, it's all good. Like, I love that you're trying these in matches. If you get them, awesome. If you don't, totally fine. But you can see, like, the throw, like, it is, like, it's doing not much, but it is doing something to his decision-making.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel like he's getting hit by more lasers, at least towards the center of the stage now.
Yeah. And it's a really good spot for you to combo him. So he's, like, kind of, like... The thing about Falco is that he kind of, like, lets the opponent, like, trade trade big problems for, like, smaller problems a lot. But, because he's like, yeah, like, you have to avoid my, like, deadly moves. So, like, yeah, shield a lot. And then he starts, like, laser, like, shine grabbing you.
Something that I heard Ginger... I can't remember if it was Ginger or Fiction, one of the Falcos, talking about in a video was how, at high percent... And this is something that I wasn't... I mean, like, obviously I trust what they say, but I also was like, huh, that's interesting. Like, they were saying that when you go in for, instead of going for like laser forward smash at really high percents, it's better to go for forward tilt because it has less lag and it's still gonna send them off stage or something.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting, because when I've tried that, I feel like maybe I just haven't tried it enough, but I haven't necessarily found like the ideal position to do that in.
Oh, so for that one, basically the way to think about it is, you know how you can combo off of the laser? Like there's a little bit of stun?
Right. Yeah.
The laser F tilt is a direct combo, like the two moves just link up from A to B. With laser F smash, the opponent it is escapable. Like,
I see. Huh.
It's, like, difficult in some positions, and it might not be realistic in some of them. Because, like, you might have, like, additional sources of, like, niche stun or conditional stun, like the auto-cancel landing lag. Like, if you hit Fox out of the air, he incurs knockback, and then near the end, he, like, also then takes the auto-cancel frames. Then, yeah, he probably does get comboed by it. But, like... Forward tilt, you don't have to worry about any of that, and that's probably why they're suggesting it. So what I'd suggest in this last game that we have together, if you notice that Fox near the corner is like keeping a little bit of distance from you after like 60% or 50%, yeah, just like laser forward tilt. It's totally fine.
I see. Cool. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just combos.
Did you see the forward throws I was doing on trying to get him off stage, and Randall just like would not let him die.
But you still kept him in the corner, right? Like, so that So that laser you just did next to him, like where you went for the aerial after, because of the jump squat, like aerial doesn't actually combo off of that laser. Like the opponent usually can get out of like laser into aerial, because I think you get like +8 or so, or plus like 10 or something, and it's like either barely doesn't work or like you need to be like ultra perfect, but F tilt hits on like 5 or 4 or something.
Wow. Okay, I see. So it's
very, 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 very fast.
Like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it makes sense now.
Like here, try it here. Like he's like full hopping around and like looking for like silly nonsense. Want to be a little closer? Yeah. And even, like, and again, it's a fast move, so even if you're wrong, like, it still can win exchanges. Let's go.
Oh,
no! Alright, whatever.
Reset.
Okay, so Here's what I've got so far in terms of like the key takeaways. And then I would, if you want to add anything to it, lasers in movement, lasers in neutral for movement / micro spacing, plus maintaining maintaining stage presence, and then learn how to use IKD to get a sense of useful like general damage ranges. Ranges for knockdowns, KOs, etc. Bracket idea is to be able to ballpark things somewhat accurately. Doesn't need to be perfect. Because with SDI and stuff like that, it's not realistic to be perfect. So
Sure.
yeah, and then last one is full hop laser onto top plat of Dreamland and Battlefield into options. Into shines and other options. So these are the things that we've kind of come up with. Let me know what you think, and if there's anything that you feel is missing. There's like some conceptual things, but there's also like a lot of today this is like a little bit more about like cleanup, I think, from the things that we already worked on last time. Like now that we have last time's base, we're kind of like adding more powerful things to it so that we have just more to work with, really.
Great. Awesome. Thanks so much.
No problem. But look at the list. Does this make sense, or is anything missing? Because I actually do want you to look at it.
Yeah, of course. No, I will. I'm doing it. I was listening to it as you were saying it. It makes sense. Let's see. When you notice the opponent shielding, short hop lasers, go for laser to grab. Yep. Laser into forward tilt jump. Yep. Yeah. Jab. Yeah, jab is something that I just haven't been working into my playing. Also the other thing that we talked about today is just adding more up tilts into the. That should actually probably be near the top, and that's a good catch. I'm glad you pointed that out. So do more up tilt. It's really good. It's really good, especially in good comment, especially for walling approach it. For backing up your bear when you're doing your wall, and for platform combos platform combos and combos on midweights at at 30 plus. Cool. Great.
Okay,
Awesome.
Now I think it's perfect.
Yes, it's great. Yeah, no, this is amazing. This will help a lot for sure. And yeah, I'll reach out to you about the next one. I guess we were saying you were saying like every 2 weeks or something like that would be good.
Yeah, so let me know what you can do. Like, give me some dates for the week of the 17th, and we'll go we'll take it from there. And yeah, aside from that, this was lovely. Best of luck with all this, but I think you're going to be just fine. If you have any follow-up questions about specifically this stuff, hit me up. Cool. Again, I do answer questions after hours.
Cool. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.